Generic greetings and welcome back once again to Railroads. Today's beverage is technically not a beverage, that is a very fine sparkling water with crushed ice and mixed summer berries, a very refreshing beverage-ish indeed. So welcome back to Railroads. Previously we were on the Midwest US map doing technically the luxuries challenge, although it turned out to be more of a cars challenge where we don't need railroads and all of the supporting infrastructure to support that basically. So you've got your ore to steel to cars, cars to cities where you're going to drive cars. So that was alright, and we also saw some interesting decisions by the AI where they bought out another AI very early on, or relatively early on. This time we're going to look at the Germany map because it's something we don't often look at. We don't often try this one, and the reason we are here is because I want to attempt again another suggestion. That's we've done food and drink challenges before. This one's a similar thing, however we're going to forego everything else other than passengers, mail, food and drink, and that is probably going to be a bit of a nightmare where we are currently at because, well, oh yeah, this is going to be, I think, quite difficult. Let me just have a look around. So we've got coal and oil and, we've got coal, we've got wood, we've got somewhere there will be some sort of grain. Yeah, there we go. And 2 sets of grain here, which you can then go over to Vice. And you know what? We might be okay. Well, where have we started? Oh, we're in Dresden. Okay, this is going to be interesting. So we're going to be doing, from the get-go, very early on, passengers and mail pretty much exclusively, and this is going to be the sort of backbone of our economy because otherwise we are not going to get any sort of decent start on this one. So from Dresden we're going to have some passengers and mail, and then from Dresden over to Prague we're going to do a similar thing. And then I'm going to have to sell some shares here. I'm going to have to sell a lot of shares in order to get this off the ground. You know, it would be nice to do we do 5 and 2? I mean, I might as well. I'm going to edit the car load on this one and job done. So that's Prague there, and then we need to go over to, is it Vice? And we'll double track that one. And this is going to be probably a bit of a nightmare when it comes to the cost of it. Yes, it is. But we're over here now. And that's also going to be some passengers and mail, but this one is where it sort of changes up a bit. So I'm going to sell some more shares and I'm going to buy out the brewery because we now have 2 of the grain companies down here, and we're sort of cutting off other people as well. So that is fine. This thing, the whole thing here is, by the way, is going to be double tracked from there all the way down, but that's going to be more money than I really have available. I can sell the last bit of my shares, which I'll do, and then naturally we're going to sort of connect these up, and the whole point in this is to allow us to basically have some passengers and mail, and there we go. Alright, so we're going to bring this down, and I guess down and then into there maybe, and from this point maybe connect that up, and then from that point come down and then to there. Alright, so that goes there, and we're going to absolutely load up on the grain, go there, clear the car. Similar thing for the other one. Obviously locomotives wise we haven't even looked at, it's just whatever the game is going to give us. It's yep, it's the one that's available, and that is pretty much it. Okay, so that is the grain from here. There is also other grains further into the mountain, but it's a bit far out for my liking. What I may do then is have something going over to Munich. I think we're going to have another double track just to about there. This is then going to be an interesting choice I'm going to make here. I'm going to say interesting, I mean it's probably not going to work. Oh no, it did. And this is going to basically take a complete like sort of right angle here and then go straight across over to Munich. I'm noticing that, I was just about to say, I'm noticing that Nicholas has not actually done any connections. Oh, they've put a grain connection in, but they can't do anything with grain, so I don't know what they're attempting here. Anyway, this is going to be passengers and mail, so we'll say that, and then clear that, and then bring back beer. And there we are. Okay, that is now working. I think I am going to spend my time going for terminals, because obviously we do have passengers and mail, and upgrading to terminals gives you a lot more money in the long term if you're able to do this. I mean, I've spent the majority of my money on bridges, basically. We're not in the We're not in the business of steel, but we should be because, yeah, we're making a lot of money that way. There's Vienna over there as well. We could just do a passengers and mail service over to that side, and I probably will. Let's just maybe go down here, around, and then over to Vienna. There we go, and... yeah, it's going to be passengers and mail once again. Turning into a bit of a passengers and mail challenge, but I did stress that it was something we're going to have to do very early on. In fact, we've actually we're well into the lead, actually, looking at this, which is interesting. Ah, darn it, they've got there first. Okay. So, in Rostock, we have the stockyard here. I'm going to buy that out because I do want to head over there. I definitely want to head over to Rostock. Is this upgraded to... It is upgraded to the maxed out level. So this is where we're going to go over to Rostock, and then we're going to carry all of the swine from there and do something like that. So we can go that one, and we now own this, which is great because they're already transporting, I think, some of the stuff over there. Just going to buy out some more of my shares. The 222 Buth, I think, is now available. A 50 miles an hour passenger locomotive, and there's that Hamburg pig farm there that I do need to get on top of. Let's maybe go from here, and then basically a massive right angle, and then sell that one, and then that should be it, I think. Yeah, let's go for maxed out on the pigs. Go there, clear the card, job done. From Rostock, what am I going to do from here? I definitely want to connect up those, and I want to connect up those so we can have from Rostock. Oh no, food going there, and then passengers and mail. You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to reduce it to 3 and 2 because if we're going that quick back and forward, this one we don't really need to do that. So from Berlin, you can come back with 3-2, just because there's now 2 sets of trains feeding that. All right, so we're on 2 and 2 now for the food and drink. What I mean by that is we've got 2 out of the 4 that are on the map. Westinghouse air brakes patent, and that's increased speed and tight turns. I will try to get that. Excuse me. And looks like we have. And I also now own a lot of my company. I'm going to bid on Bismarck because in previous series, you may be aware that they've always been our nemesis. Okay, right. The other 2 pig farms are literally on the other end of the map. I am not going to waste anybody's time trying to get over there, so I will not bother. Let's instead focus on maybe the grain. So none of that is mine there. The grain, which is from, where is it? From here. And it's all the way through the mountains. That is still very doable, though. So from this point here, I'm going to basically get across the mountain, and we'll do that. This one's then going to go across to the grain here, and that's moderate downhill. And the other one is over, was it all the way over here? Let me just see if I can find it. There it is there. So it's literally, you know, the opposite end of the world, practically, anyway. It's moderate downhill, and then over to there. Okay, so from that one, and then that one, and I would very much like to double track from here, but am I able to do so? I mean, I actually am. It's also exceptionally expensive, but it means that we can... Oh, mess it up is what I can do. So this is why you never go from an end point to a middle point. You want to do it like that. And just put a couple of crossing sections in, and then it comes across here. And how on earth am I going to connect that up? It's going to be from there. I don't think the game's going to allow me to do this. There to there. It's allowed me to do it. Okay. Let's just get some more stuff going on then. So all the grain, wait until full, definitely. Clear the car, come back. And a new one from there. Grain, go there, clear the car, come back. Okay, good. So, money-wise, we are on 500 Deutschmarks, I think it is. DM, generic units of currency, that's what we say. Value-wise, we are easily the top on 9.5 million valuation. The next highest is Bismarck on 3.4. After that, it is Nicholas II on 2.4, call it 2.5, and Helmuth on 1.7. And frankly, we are able to buy out so much of Bismarck's company that hopefully, if we can get them liquidated, we're not going to have to share in any of the profits of transporting food. Is there anything over on the right that I am missing? Yes, there is Posen, I think it is. And what we're going to do is we'll do some double tracking from Berlin to probably there. And then we'll head over because we can. And this is going to be passengers and mail. Yeah, I've just over-egged that a little bit. Off to a terminal. From there, passengers and mail. There you go. Okay. Oh, look at all the stuff over here. There's literally a furniture plant, and I can see the timber company right here. And yeah, we're not allowed to do anything about it. That is not our goal for this one. We now own 60% of Bismarck's company, which is pretty good. Is there anywhere else we can go? Yeah, we can go over to Hamburg, I think. Oh, do we need to make? Is it the flying hamburger or something like that? One of the things you have to, you have to connect something. Yeah, the flying hamburger line. Okay, this is going to be truly magnificent if we can get over there, but I don't think we can. Oh, we can. Yeah, we can go to there, and that's probably the flying hamburger achievement I've just got there. Passengers and mail. Delivery bonus for perishables. We're all about that. We have perishables, so we are going to get that bid out and hopefully bought out. 190,000 generic units of currency, still going strong, and it's ours. Okay, station, and then to a terminal. That's also another achievement. Okay. I haven't completed the first one, victory conditions, but I've almost done the second one. There is a 240 Medoc. It's a freight loco, and well, we're actually not all about freight, but I will upgrade anything with freight. I'll get it upgraded. That one's not technically all freight, but some of it is in there. That's in now. Okay, fine. There's Bremen. There is Frankfurt. How do you get over there? I'm gonna start bidding out on more of my own company. My goal would be to hopefully buy out Bismarck sooner rather than later, but I don't know if that's going to happen. Might struggle here with the connections. Let's do that. And get that to a station, then a terminal, although... Oh, I'm in negative monies. Okay. And obviously there's a lot of the company here going to be... Yeah, look at that, they're already transporting cars. We can't do that, sadly. We are not allowed to do that. But we will go to terminal. What I've not connected up, Dresden, Berlin, Leipzig. Well, I know Dresden and Berlin, because we started in that. So, I'm guessing... Bozen. Look at all the pig farms over here. This is where my knowledge, geographical knowledge, fails me. Oh, it's over there. That's actually easy to do. Do that. Do that. And there we go. So that's another achievement. Well, not really an achievement, but it's the the victory conditions. So we've achieved the first one, not that we're aiming for this. The second one is average speed record transporting passengers from Hamburg to Berlin. Average speed of... You need to get a speed record, basically. But we're not aiming for that. What I will do, though, is continue buying my own shares. Just to really shore up our company. Trying to make sure that we can't be bought out. I mean, this is one of the things with these challenges. There is a power plant within eye line of the coal that's required, and we can't track. That would be easy. We just spur line off here, connect it up, spur line off here down, almost at like a T crossing, and there you go. We got loads of money coming in. Same from the furniture plant, but we're not allowed. So, looking at other companies at this stage, I'm not saying this is a donor. I'm not saying this is something we have completed. However, what I am saying is that we are worth 20.5 million. It's now nearly 21 million. The next highest is Bismarck on, just call it 7. The Parsons steam turbine patent increases freight pulling power for all trains. We are all about the freight, so we will get that bid there. Get that bid on. So I got distracted by that incline. I mean, it's still working, right? It is still working. Okay. So, stocks-wise, we can start to buy out some of our competitors. Helmuth doesn't even own any of their own stock. Nicholas II does, but only half of the company. Bismarck owns 40% of their company, but I think 50% of Helmuth's stock. I think, looking at the map, aside from the odd edge case, I mean, there's not much we can really do. Building-wise, I mean. We could actually go down from here and do passengers and mail, which I must confess, this has become almost the passengers and mail challenge. We've been very fortunate in the past on previous challenges where we've been exceptionally close to, or even started with in a lot of cases, the industries that we're trying to focus on in the challenge. This one, not so much. We started in Dresden. Was it Dresden? Yeah. And we had to rush the other stuff. But it sort of worked out. Mayor of Liechtenstein solicits railway. Okay. I mean, I'm not going to look at it. But we'll see. So, just going to buy out the remainder of people's stock here. And see where everything sort of aligns up. So we own all of our company, which is worth, at this stage, 25.3 million. We own the next highest, in terms of valuation, company, Bismarck. They're valued at 9.6 million. We own 60% of that company. There's a Rotterdam steel mill. Now, we are not allowed to transport stuff, but doesn't mean we can't bid on it. I mean, I'm not going to bid on it for the 300,000 that they're asking for it. That's not happening. But I am going to keep bidding on Nicholas's stock. There's a tunneling shield patent, which looks like Bismarck and Nicholas are desperately wanting to get. Yeah, so Bismarck, they're on 9.6 million. We own 60% of their business. There is Helmuth on... No, sorry, Nicholas on 8.7. We own... What do we own? 30% of their business, aiming at the 40% any moment now, unless someone else jumps in there at the last moment. Looks like we've got it. And then finally, Helmuth on 3.2 million right at the bottom there. And we own 40% of it. So it's actually going to cost us more. It's going to cost us 9.5 million and 8.5 million to buy out Nicholas and Helmuth respectively, even though their company is worth less than Bismarck, because actually, to be fair, Nicholas is getting back into the running now. They're about to pass Bismarck in terms of their company valuation. Yeah, I think so. But we can buy out Bismarck, like, very well. I wouldn't say soon. It's going to cost 6 million. But probably by the time we get there, 6.5, maybe 7. We've got 1.3. The problem is we've got no high value stuff coming in. So if we've got the goods here, it doesn't surprise me that we're actually leading on passengers and mail. What does surprise me is that food and beer, something that we wanted to focus on, we're actually not leading at all. In fact, the beer thing, it's ridiculously low. Grain and swine, the intermediaries were doing 100% on grain. In fact, we're the only person transporting the grain. But then they must be transporting the remainder of it. Looks like Nicholas II has overtaken Bismarck, companies valuation-wise. But we're sort of at a bit of a stalemate here. Like, I can't go any further. I'm still looking at these two going, oh, we can do so much with that. But no, we're not allowed. This one here, so there's wood there and there's wood there, and in Posen there's a furniture plant. We could just buy that out and just make so much money and then bring all that over to Berlin, and yeah, it would be great. But sadly, it is not allowed. What is allowed apparently is very ambitious infrastructure projects. Very ambitious indeed. Lots and lots of rail. This is all our doing around here. 440 Class S3 passenger locomotive. The question is, do I want to go through and upgrade absolutely every single one? I mean, it would be nice. What's the difference? Let's see what the big difference is. I mean, there is a big difference, to be fair. Yeah, we'll upgrade these. Something getting bought here. Extra traction on inclines, I'll go for that. Looks like Bismarck wants it. Bismarck really wants it. They really want that sandbox patent. It's literally a box with a hole in it. Looks like we've got it. And new speed record. I would not want to be going down that grade, that angle, in that locomotive at that speed. Yeah, that's a dramatization in film waiting to happen, that one. There's Liechtenstein, which looks like Helmuth has went from Frankfurt right up the mountain. See all the snowy cap tops here. And there's all the pigs, which we haven't really bothered with. So a bit too far out of our range. We probably could have rushed it, but don't think we actually need to. So it appears that Nicholas II has very much ran away now when it comes to valuation. They are second on just under 14 million, or they've actually hit 14 million as I was speaking. Bismarck is sort of stalled on 11.1. And unless we say about Helmuth, the better. You know, the holding in there. I really want to bid on that steel mill because I just don't want them to have it, but I'm also very aware that we're about 1 million away from buying out Bismarck and liquidating all of their assets anyway. We own all of our company, yes we do, and it's on 35.5 million. So, yeah, we're worth about, how much for 120, oh actually, all the other companies combined is just under what we're, about 5 million under what we're valued at. But, you know, it is fine. Just looking at the money going up now, and then it's pretty much a game. As soon as I click the buy and liquidate button on Bismarck, it's pretty much game. I reckon I'll be able to buy out 2 companies here. So buy, liquidate, buy, liquidate. And there we go. That's been a bit of railroads. I'm going to call that challenge there. Don't even know if we could successfully say that's completed the challenge, because we weren't leading on a lot of it. But it's the setup that we had, and we did adhere to the challenge in terms of what we couldn't transport. So we couldn't transport ore, we couldn't transport manufactured goods, paper, automobiles, anything like that. So yeah, we bought out Bismarck, our nemesis. We bought out Helmuth. Nicholas II is, well, they're not far behind. We're valued at 48 million. They're at, call it 17,000. We own, no, they own 60% of their business. We own 40% naturally, and it's going to cost me about 11 million to buy, and we've got 4.5. So it's just a time thing. So I think that is not a bad place to leave it there. That's been a bit of railroads, a bit different, but still I think quite a successful one. The actual ludicrous nature of all of these bridges. There's half maintenance costs on all trains. You always want to buy that out if you can, but I'm not really too bothered, as I said, because it is game. Either way, we are going to leave it there for now. That's been a bit of railroads. If you have any tips, comments, suggestions for different challenges, what you would like to see, and just general feedback, then pop them in the comments. As always, hope you have enjoyed it. Thanks very much for watching. Take care, and generic partings.